tells you back to normal cruise, that's what it is.
Okay.
What's your altitude?
Traffic. White Tri-Pacer departing 13 right and making staying in the pattern, making a right turn out, North County.
Unavailable.
All right, we're going to get a little bit offshore and sort of stay a little bit out here.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be out of everybody's way.
Traffic to our left.
Yeah, that's our other plane. Okay, let me have the airplane.
Airplane.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some slow flight. And when we do slow flight, like I said, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be...
North County traffic, White Tri-Pacer turning right, crosswind for...
Just going to be practicing just to, hold the airspeed. So basically what happens when we get in, what we want to do is we want to bring the power back. Now what I want you to start seeing is this. I want you to see the relationship between this and this, okay? Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to be flying all over, and when I say, hey, get me down to fly it at 60 knots, I don't want to end up, flying all over the place. Now do me a favor, keep an eye on that. That's Class C airspace.
Okay.
All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring the power back, probably at about 2,000. I'm going to pitch the nose up.
The airfield complex is perfect. Oh, you're doing just fine, Mary. There's nothing.
Okay?
Okay, North County, White Tri-Pacer turning right downwind.
And as I bring the nose up,
North County.
I got the power set at 2,000. I can bring the nose up, pitch it up, and bring the power back a little bit, okay, just to hold it. And we're going to try 60 knots. Now, if I'm climbing, I got to bring the power back a little bit more. Remember, I'm going to lose my forward thrust on the plane, okay? All right, and I bring the nose up to about 60 knots. Now, it takes about 17, maybe 1,800. Now, when I make a turn, I want to do it very, very gentle. I don't want to do, real sharp. Right. So I can go ahead, if I'm going to start to descend down, I can just nose over and keep it right around there. And I can still pitch up to 60 knots.
North County, White Tri-Pacer turning right base for 13, North County.
And we get back up here to 60. Now, the wheel's a little heavy, I go ahead and trim it like
County
this.
traffic, white tri-pacer turning final for 13.
And if I have to, I go ahead and trim it even more, and then I can actually be able to fly it right at 60 knots. Now the horn, this is set to go about 15, 20 knots above the stall speed, okay? So what I'm trying to get to do is to be able to see what it's like, all right? So when I'm ready to go back to normal cruise, and I got to be careful because look outside, see how the wing is in relation to the horizon, see how the nose is in relation to the horizon. When I start to apply power, what's going to happen?
It's going to pop up.
It's going to pop up. So when I start to apply power to get back, I want to push forward a little bit and then start to trim. And if I have to climb, I'll climb a little bit. If it's still going, and then I go ahead and bring my power back to normal cruise. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and work this one together. Bring the power back to, bring it back to 2,000. Start with 2,000. Bring the power back. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start to pitch up a little. Bring the power back a little bit more. Make it about 1,700. Now, what I want to do is get up to 60 knots. Now bring the power back a little bit more, and what we could do is we can nose over slightly.
The white tri-pacer is upwind on 13, staying in the pattern, North County.
Now if we have to, we could actually bring it up to 60 knots like this, pitch the nose back up. I think you put it in the down position because it feels a little nose heavy. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Don't get them confused.
Back goes up.
All right, let's bring it up. Come on, let's bring the power back a little bit. Now, we still haven't, we need to work on holding our airspeed and our altitude. And then we're going to have to work on it. So let's pitch up. Let's get to 60 knots. Come on. Bring the power back a little bit more. A little bit more. That's it. And you can start to descend.
County traffic, white tri-pacer.
Let's try and keep it around here.
For 13, North County.
All right, bring the power back just a little bit more, maybe to 15. Let's see if that allows us to drop. That's it. And look at that, we're starting to come down. Starting to come down, and we're holding 60 knots. Now, once we get to our altitude that we want to do, we go ahead and apply the power gradually, put the power back in, you know, a little bit at a time, just enough to hold it, and then that'll show you what the power setting would be. So when I say fly it at 60 knots, you should be able to pull the power back,
traffic, white
pitch the nose in such a way, and then hold it.
13,
All right.
TIS unavailable.
Let's bring the power in a little, gradual. Bring it in to stop the descent. Now, make sure you watch the ball too. Watch the ball. Step on the ball. That's it. You want the wings level. Now, be careful you don't step on it too much. All right. See what we do. Step a little bit to the right. There you go. And keep the wings level. That's it. Keep the altitude. Now, what I want you to do is give me a gentle turn to the right, all the way back to here.
Turning right.
North County traffic, white tri-pacer turning right.
Keep it at 60 knots.
13, North County.
That's it.
North County traffic, white tri-pacer turning final, 13, North County.
Be careful on the turn. You don't want to go. You got to make sure the ball's centered, because you could end up spinning, you know, causing the plane to get into a stall. Keep it coming all the way around, all man. In fact, let's bring it back over this way and get a little closer to the shore. Watch your altitude. You might have to add a little bit of power. Not too much. Bring it. Keep bringing it around a little bit more. Okay, right about there. Now watch your altitude. Now bring the power in. Bring the nose up and add a little bit of power. Pitch the nose up. There you go. See what happens? You were gaining speed, but you were going down. But once you applied the power and pitched the nose up, you started a little bit of a climb.
Kind of hanging by the prop.
Sort of. Yeah, like that.
North County traffic, White